Hi guys, I am Christina Garnett and I'm the marketing director here at the Roanoke Regional Small Business Development Center. And today I wanted to give you guys a little bit more than the traditional FAQ. So you'll notice that this isn't live, but I did want to do something that's going to be a little bit longer for you and more entailed. So we can dive right into that. So what we're going to talk about today is we're actually going to be discussing growing your business online. So we'll go ahead and get that started. So there are a lot of things that you can do with your business. You want to be able to connect with your customers, like this says. You want to be able to connect with them where they are and make sure that you're reaching them the easiest way possible. So it says that 80% of consumers, they use a search engine when looking for information about local businesses, and 76% of people who searched on their smartphones for something nearby visited a business within the day. So that tells you two things. One, they're going to be looking on Google, so you need to make sure that they can find you. If you haven't done it yet, you need to go on Google and Google your business. Google it by name, and then also Google it by what type of business it is. In this case, they have a bakery, so they search Bakery Roanoke or Bakery Blacksburg and see what comes up. See if people can find you. And then the 76% of people who are searching on their smartphones for something, that's going to tell you that if they find you, they're going to want a mobile site. You need to make sure that your website is mobile optimized, because those people who are looking for you, if they can find you on Google and then they click on your website, if they can't use it on their phone, chances are they're not going to visit you and they're not going to become a customer. So there's different ways that Google can help you connect. You can do it through the search query. You can do it through an ad, and those are marked. You can do it through a business listing that's on the right. That's your Google My Business listing. And then you also have the organic search result. Anytime you hear someone in marketing talk about organic, it means that you didn't pay for it. Basically, your content was so strong that it was able to get a good following and a good reach without you having to pay for it. So anytime you hear organic, I need you to think it's so good that it's free. So during this, what we're going to talk about is how to create a free Google My Business listing, as well as what you can do to make sure that people can find you on Google, how to do some online advertising, and also to let you know about some other tools that are available for small businesses in our area. So for Google My Business, this is completely free. We do have another video that we've released showing you how to create a Google My Business listing. It's very easy. It takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes tops to be able to create your listing, and then they'll send you a postcard with a pin so that you'll be able to verify, and then it will be found. It's a great way to make sure that if someone's looking for you by name, that they can find you. If you do have a brick and mortar or an address that you want shown, it will help people so they can find it by directions. You can link it to your website, have reviews, phone number, hours of operation, everything. Basically everything you would want people to find when they're looking for you, all in one place, and it is free. So the Google local results, Google wants to make sure, they need to make sure that their customers are happy. So they need to make sure that they have a platform, a search program that people can use no matter what device they're on. So you're going to be able to see your specific Google My listing. You're going to see that on any type of device. So that's desktop, laptop, tablets, Android, iPhone, all of those things. So if you haven't done a listing before, you're going to go to gybo.com/business, and you're going to search for your business. And one of two things will happen. Either they do have information about your place of business, but you want to make sure that it's correct and it's verified, or they don't have you on it at all, in which case you'll have to add your business information. And once again, you can be found everywhere, and you actually get to dictate what information is available. So make sure that your hours of operations are correct. That, let's say that your business has moved, make sure that the new location address is what's there. You also will be able to get reviews, so make sure that there are people that are going to be paying attention to this, that they'll get the Google email alert whenever there is a review, because you want to make sure that for good or bad reviews, you want to make sure that you're responding to them. Don't just respond to bad reviews. That basically tells your audience you only hear them when they're mad. You want to celebrate the people who celebrate your business. If someone says something positive about your business, celebrate that. Write them back and say, I'm so glad that you had a great experience. I'm so glad that you came by, things like that. Then you can also add managers. You can add different levels based on what sort of admin rights you want them to have on the page, whether or not they can change things, delete the post, um, or if they can respond to reviews, things like that. So you want to make sure that everything's complete. You want to make sure there's pictures. I say all the time, we're like little magpies. We want something shiny and something visual. Images are going to lead. It's going to make everything great for you. You want to make sure that it kind of gives me the vibe of where you are. I love in this listing they have a virtual tour. There's so many people who might want to come to your business but don't know what to expect, so they don't. They stay away. Imagine if you create a virtual tour or a video of some type or just pictures of the outside and the inside. They can get a really clear idea of what your ambiance is like. That might be the difference between them being curious and actually coming into your business. So you want to make sure that you're found everywhere. If you do have an ad, you'll see here that it's marked with an ad in a green box, but everything else, if it doesn't have an ad on it, that's organic. Like I said before, anytime we're talking about organic, it's going to be free. So in order to make sure that your website has the strongest chance of having a really strong result, not only in Google, but also on the audience that finds it and goes to it, it needs to be mobile friendly. It's 2017. There's absolutely no excuses for that. There are multiple if you do it through WordPress or Weebly or Wix or Squarespace or any of the others, most of the platforms now, when you're building your site or you have someone build it for you, it does come with a mobile optimized site with it. That's crucial nowadays. More people are on their phones now than they are on their PC. So you need to make sure that they're finding you where they are and they have their phone in their hand. That's their computer now. So make sure it's mobile friendly. It needs to be well written content, and it needs to be content that's specific to what your business does and also your audience. I would hope that if you had a 44-year-old male audience member versus an 18-year-old female audience member, that they are going to react to different content in different ways based on their gender, based on their culture, based on their location, based on their current needs. And so you really need to have an idea of who your audience is and how you want to speak to them. Make sure that when it says logical organization, what that means is, does the navigation make sense? If I come to your website and I know I need some sort of information, is it easy for me to navigate, and does it make sense how it's broken up? Do the pages make sense? Do the actual order of the pages make sense? So that basically, if I know nothing about your business, I will be able to find out what I need. It's going to make sense to me. And the user experience, the UX, will be high. Compelling photos, once again, you have to have strong images. A clear call to action, that's a button usually, basically saying, click here to download, call now, anything that basically directs people on how to get in touch with you. I would really recommend having a CTA of some type on every page of your website, because there might be ways they might be looking for something and they just have to call you or email you or whatever you want to be the call to action. That's important. And then contact information. They need to be able to know what's going on and how they can reach you. And then give people a reason to return to your site. That's always great. You could say coming soon, new specials if it's a restaurant. Or you could have an event page that talks about upcoming events for your business, anything like that. But you really want to make it a high experience level for your user, for your customer, and make it so that your website is informative and engaging and something that they're going to want to spend time on. So to optimize for mobile, you want to focus on the navigation homepage. So like I said, you want to make sure that they have the menu. Most mobile optimized websites, they have the menu button and it looks like horizontal stripes. And that when you click on that, it gives you options for navigation menu. You want to make it easy to search the site, so have a search bar if you have a lot of content. Make it easy to complete tasks. Especially if it's on e-commerce on your website, you want to make it as easy as possible for people to get from, ooh, I really like this dress, to here's my credit card, go. the more steps you put in between your customer and them giving you their credit card and pressing submit, the harder it's going to be for you to actually get them to complete that conversion. Make it easy to fill out forms. Don't ask for every single thing they would ever need. Ask just for what you need, just the minimum of what you need. Optimize for usability. Feel free to test. If you have a website, send it to people who don't necessarily know what you do and say, does this website make sense? Were you able to find what you needed? Do you understand better what I offer and what my business does? Then test your website. I've said this before. I'm a huge fan of testing websites. I normally go to Website Grader. It's website.grader.com. It's a really great resource by HubSpot. But this has another one that Google does now. It's testmysite.thinkwithgoogle.com. And it's another way of looking at your website to see how mobile friendly it is. It's specifically for mobile. But you can also have it look at desktop. So this thing, you'll see the mobile friendliness as well as desktop speed. So you'll be able to see kind of where it stands there. And I really recommend that. Then there's other ways to promote your site. You can make sure that your website is located on all of your marketing materials. You want to make sure that you ask for reviews. If you don't ask for reviews, the majority of the reviews that you'll get are negative. Not because you're doing a bad job, but because most people want their voices heard louder when they're angry or they're upset about something. So the large majority of reviews, when you don't ask for reviews, will be negative. But when you ask people, everyone to give reviews, you'll see a huge spike in positive reviews. Most people have great experiences, but they just don't even think about leaving a review for a good experience. They'll always think about it if they have a bad experience. Then you want to make sure you use email. And then social media, obviously, I'm a huge fan of social media. So social media is a great way for you to learn more about your audience, talk to them directly in comments as well as through Messenger. And just really a great way to create brand ambassadors for your business so that you can refer and grow. And then online advertising. So ads appear on Google. And this is with Google AdWords. So they show up in different places. So you can do it through the sponsored. It says the shop for order macarons on Google. It has a sponsored thing in the top right corner that you can see, as well as ad. So that's how they're never going to put an ad in front of you without putting some sort of moniker so that you understand that this is paid and not organic. There are different ways to do ads. You can do them so that they're a text ad, an image ad, or ads on mobile sites. And then there's AdWords as well as AdWords Express. I would recommend AdWords Express if you are new to AdWords, just because they've done a lot of the work for you, and it doesn't take as much testing. It doesn't take as much information to put in and do things. It's a lot more user friendly. AdWords regular is going to be more in depth, and you're going to be managing more, so it is more complicated and sophisticated, but you can do more things with it. So for example, if you want video advertising, you're going to have to do regular AdWords. AdWords Express does not offer, they don't offer video for AdWords Express. And then there are differences. For one, you can use it if you don't have a website versus if you do have a website. So you can also you can control your budget, and you can make sure you can actually describe not only what sort of people, demographics you want to see the ad, but you can do it by location. You can do it by keywords that they're using, all of those things. And then when you're ready to launch your ad, you can start at gybo.com/AW Express. You enter your business details, you choose a category, you write an ad, and it will tell you whether or not it's going to be a good ad or not. It will tell you if there's too much copy, not enough copy. Need to make sure that you're being very specific in your words that you're using for your ads. That's usually the best way to go. And then you can manage your online ads through google.com/partners. It's basically agency with them. So what they'll do is, let's say that you want to hire someone to do your Google ads for you. This is a way for you to work with Google, and they will actually pair you with an agency that you would have to pay for, an agency to do your AdWords for you. So there's a lot of great agencies in the area, agencies local as well as as well as globally. And you want to make sure that if anyone's doing your AdWords, you want to make sure that they are AdWords certified. There's specific things that you need to know in order to do AdWords successfully. You can spend a lot of money on AdWords and it never reach the audience you want just because you're not using it to its fullest. You're not being efficient as well. So make sure that if you are going to hire someone, I would really recommend doing this through Google Partners so that you can make sure that the agency that you work with, that you're paying good money to do your ads for you, that they are certified and they have the education and knowledge to make sure that your money and your advertising is going to have the strongest ROI, return on investment. So here's some bonus tools for you. So there is a google.com/webmasters. Basically, what this will do is it will give you more information about your individual website. It's going to be able to give you some insight, let you know a little bit more about what you can do with the website and how you can grow using other Google sources. There's also Google Analytics, which I highly recommend. It is completely free. What I love about it is it will connect to your website and it will show you the behaviors that your users are taking. So it will show you if your homepage has thousands of viewers, but your contact page has none. It will also, you can create reports from it that will let you know what sorts, with different filters, different impacts. You can actually set goals based on what you want your users to do while they're on your website, and you'll be able to create stronger tools. You can actually use the AdWords and analytics together so that you're able to make sure that they're working in tandem to make sure that people are finding your website, that they're converting if you have conversions they want you to make, and that it's really working as strongly as it can for you. So I highly recommend google.com/analytics. And then Google Trends. I really like this if there's specific keywords that you're thinking about using for your AdWords or even your content for your social media and blog posts. You can actually search Google Trends and for certain keywords, and it will tell you if there's a spike, if it's gone down. It will tell you what parts of the country, what parts of the world are have a higher return for these keywords. And it will also let you know if something started, like if there was a term that you've never heard of 3 years ago, you can put it in Google Trends and see kind of when did it start spiking online. So very much a fan of that. Google Alerts, I highly recommend for specific words that you want. So if there's any new content that has those words, especially if you're in content management and you want to make sure that you know about any new articles or news that's related to those, I would highly recommend that so you can share that information when it comes out to your audience. Um, let's see. So tell your story with YouTube. YouTube is able to do a lot of the ads through that. 1 in 4 shoppers watch video in store for products they're considering, and 1 in 3 how-to video users want info on products they'd like to buy. 1 in 5 consumers watch an unboxing video. If you have like one of those like crate boxes where you come in and it has lots of information in it, Trail Foodie is a great example of one. And unboxing videos are extremely popular. So if you have a product that you want people to use and showcase, YouTube is a really great option for that. And 40% of smartphone users, viewers, visit a store or website after seeing video content or ads. YouTube's a really strong platform, especially for long time video content. I always joke that someone won't watch more than 10 seconds on Facebook, but they'll watch a 2-hour documentary on Lent on YouTube. So it definitely has a higher ad base, especially if you have a long video. And then G Suite, I absolutely really hate it when I get business emails, but it's from an @Gmail account. So it's mybusiness@gmail.com. It doesn't look professional. It doesn't give you the authenticity that you're going to want as a business owner. So I really recommend doing G Suite. That has different levels, but you can start as low as $5 a month. I absolutely love it. So it's a really strong way to do that. And like I said, you have these 5 different reasons why to use it, and it just makes your company look more authentic. It gives you legitimacy by having an actual like @mybusiness.com instead of mybusiness@gmail.com. So I highly recommend. There's resources for selling online. They have Google Trusted Stores. They have the Google Merchant Center, and then they have Google Shopping. So this is another great way to make sure that that things are perfect for you. The Google Trusted Stores has actually changed a little bit. So what happened was Google, as well as Amazon, they're trying to make sure that the reviews are verified. So the Google Trusted Source is a place for, like, if you do any online shopping and things of that nature, they're going to verify any reviews, good or bad, that they did actually purchase anything from your store. That way, you don't have people who are trying to destroy your business with bad press, but you also don't have stores that are basically leaving fake 5-star reviews for themselves just to kind of boost themselves. So your next steps, make sure that you go to gybo.com/business so that you can make sure that you create and claim your free business listing. Make sure that you're mobile friendly. I cannot stress that enough. If you're thinking about doing some online advertising, look at AdWords Express, and you can easily start by creating like a test ad. Be very conservative. Don't spend a lot of money and see how it does. And then, like I said, bonus tools, you can do the Search Console, the Google Analytics, YouTube, and more. I really like that Test My Site. If you have a current website, I would highly recommend you go to website.greater.com and go to testyoursite.thinkwith, I think it's thinkwithgoogle.com. And that way you can see kind of where your website lies. Is the on-site SEO good? How is the speed? Does it have an SSL certificate, which is the HTTP. Basically, it's going to let you know what your website kind of looks like on the back end. So you will need a Google account to start doing this. So you can go ahead and go to google.com, create an account. Like I said, that is free. And then here are some different resources for you for the Google My Business, the mobile-friendly test my site with thinkwithgoogle.com, AdWords Express, Google Partners if you're looking to hire somebody for that. Remember, you want someone who is AdWords certified. Google Search Console, Google Analytics, Google Trends, Google Alerts, YouTube, G Suite, Google Trusted Stores, Google Merchant Center, Google Shopping Campaigns, Google Accounts. And thank you so much for watching. And if you have any more questions, we are going to be doing a workshop on June 27th. From 8:30 to 10:30 a.m. and it's going to be on SEO as well as Google Analytics. So go to www.roanoksmallbusiness.com if you'd like to sign up for any of our workshops. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us, and a special shout out to all of our sponsors who make our workshops and our services available for the small businesses in our region. So until next week, I will see you later. Have a great day.